Hello and welcome to the channel. I am here for a versus video for you guys. Now this is actually a versus video I thought of for quite a bit now, so I figured why not just now go through with it. So for this versus video we're going to be taking a look at two bands in the 2000s hard rock scene, which of course are Breaking Benjamin and Red. Now some of these bands I think are some of the best in the 2000s era of hard rock, of course. So for this versus video, we're going to be taking a look at both their 5th studio albums. So for this versus video, we're going to be taking a look at Dark Before Dawn by Breaking Benjamin versus Of Beauty and Rage by Red. We're going to put both these albums up against each other, figure out which is the better album. Keep in mind this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact that some people will disagree. But we'll get more into that. So, since Breaking Benjamin has been around longer than Red, we'll of course go over Dark Before Dawn first. So, of course, I think this is a really good album. Not Breaking Benjamin's strongest album by any means. I actually think that this is maybe one of their weaker albums, but even in saying that, I still think it's a really good album. There's really a lot to like about this album. You know, Breaking Benjamin is a band that has never really released a bad album, so when I say that, you know, this is closer to the bottom for me, that's really not saying much, of course, but still think this album is really good, though. I mean, I like songs like Failure. I remember when this came out as a single, really great song and one of my favorites off the album. Angels Fall, another great song. Close to Heaven is another favorite of mine. I always found the song to be kind of underrated too. Let's see, we got The Great Divide, Ashes of Eden, and Defeated. And yeah, these are, Defeated is another kind of underrated song as well. But yeah, this album definitely has some good stuff on it. But it also has some songs that are kind of middle of the road, I guess. Mainly songs like Bury Me Alive, which is maybe my least favorite song on the album. I think it's just way too overproduced, and I don't know. It's just not as strong compared to the rest of the album, in my opinion. But for the most part, it's still a very solid release, and it's a really great album for sure, but it's just far from one of their best, of course. So, yeah, Dark Before Dawn by Breaking Benjamin. It's a really good album. And then, of course, we got Of Beauty and Rage by Red. And there's no other way around it. This is definitely one of Red's best albums for sure. I know there's a lot of people that agree on that. This is kind of like their return to form album, you know what I mean? But yeah, this album is really good. You got great songs like Imposter, Shadow and Soul, Darkest Part, Fight to Forget, Of These Chains, Gravity Lies, Part That's Holding On. I mean, these are some really fantastic tracks, man. I mean, definitely no going wrong with this album for sure. It's probably Red's darkest album. Not their heaviest. Their heaviest would actually be their most recent album, Declaration. But yeah, I just really dig this album for sure. It's definitely one of Red's best, I'd say. I just really like everything about it, really. I mean, even the weaker tracks on here I think are really good still. If I had to pick out the weakest track, I don't know, man. That's really tough. It's got to be one of the songs in the second half, though. That's all I know. But yeah, definitely both great albums. But if you had to make me choose which album is better, I would honestly have to go with Of Beauty and Rage. And I know that some people are definitely going to disagree with me on this. And if we're honest here, I think the main reason why a lot of people would disagree is not just due to mainly because of an objective thing, but mainly because of bias. Maybe because I know how some Breaking Benjamin fans can be. Some people that are fans of Breaking Benjamin do have like a serious bias towards Breaking Benjamin. So some people might automatically say that Dark Before Dawn is better just based around the fact that it's from Breaking Benjamin, which, you know, you have to look at music objectively. And that's something that a lot of the fan base is not willing to do. You know, they think that Breaking Benjamin are the kings of music. There's some people that think that Breaking Benjamin is the greatest thing that's ever happened to music, which is just outright ridiculous if you ask me. But yeah, you definitely gotta look at music objectively, and even though I do like Red more than Breaking Benjamin probably, there's more to that than just why I think Of Beauty and Rage is a better album. Like I said, it is one of Red's best, and Dark Before Dawn, I can't really say the same for Breaking Benjamin. You know, like I said, I think it's, you know, not one of their best, unlike Of Beauty and Rage is for Red, in my opinion. And this album is just fantastic, Of Beauty and Rage, that is, but yeah. So, Of Beauty and Rage by Red, it wins for me. So, let me know what you guys think. Which album do you like more, Dark Before Dawn by Breaking Benjamin or Of Beauty and Rage by Red? And please, make sure it's an objective thing, not a bias thing. That's something that I feel like I do have to point out for this Versus video in particular because, well, once again, I know how crazy some of the Breaking Benjamin fans can be. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day and take care.